In this video, I have explained regarding what is an SQL, characteristics of SQL, various types of SQL commands. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video link with your friends, gain the knowledge and rule the world. Like the video, write the comments, share the video link with your friends, gain the knowledge and rule the world. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you are not subscribed, subscribe today itself. SQL, Structured Query Language. It is abbreviated as SQL and pronounced as square. It is not a conventional computer programming language in the normal sense of phrase. That means the structured query language is different from the other programming languages of a computer such as C, C++, Java. So those are a different kinds of computer programming language, and the structured query language is a different kind of a computer programming language. Each of them are different. It means those are a different kind of a programming language. The techniques will be vary, whereas SQL is a different kind of a language which is not similar to C, C++, Java or any other kind of a computer programming language. SQL, Structured Query Language, it is pronounced as square. In SQL, we will be using a set of commands for a varieties of tasks. It provides a comprehensive set of commands for a varieties of tasks including the following: varying data. It means we can extract or retrieve the information whatever is needed from the database. Updating, inserting and deleting data. So we can make the changes to the data which is present in a database, insert a new row to a database, delete a row from a database, or delete the different kinds of data, or different only a specified value of a data, or insert a specified value of a data. Means we can perform updation, insertion and deletion of a data. Creating, modifying and deleting database objects. It allows for the purpose of creating, modifying as well as deleting the database objects. Controlling access to the database. So using an SQL, we can control access to the database. An administrator will be there who will be a main person for the purpose of giving an access to a database. Providing a data and consistency. Providing for data and consistency. That means using an SQL, the data will be consistent and the data can be used by everyone who are the authorized users. SQL is a very powerful computer programming language that benefits all types of users in an RDBMS, that is a relational database management system. You can use SQL to perform all tasks with the RDBMS. You can use SQL to perform all tasks with the RDBMS. Whatever the things which we want to do in a relational database management system, all those things will be done by using SQL itself. Without using an SQL, you cannot perform any activities in a relational database management system. SQL is a very flexible language that enables you to accomplish your development efforts very easily. SQL enables you to work with large group of data rather than restricting you to a single row of data. Additionally, the SQL permits the user of one query to be the input of another query statement. That means we can extract the information and that information can be provided as an input to another query. Then the SQL removes the user from the burden of deciding on the correct access methods. That means you don't have to worry about how to access the data which is present in a database. The user need not to worry about specifying the correct access method. While using an SQL, you need to specify what information you want and not how it should be retrieved. You need to just specify what is needed for you, and you need not to specify how that particular information has to be extracted. It means it burdens the user from the deciding on the correct access method. The user need not to specify the method in which the data has to be accessed. The user has to specify only what information is needed for them. The task of deciding how to get the information is left to the RDBMS. The RDBMS uses its own internal optimizer to determine the best and the faster way of accessing the data. It will be having a component called optimizer. That optimizer will take care of extracting the information in a very optimal and in an efficient manner to the user. This simplifies the user application and reduces the development overhead for a user. By defining the SQL as a sole database access language, the relational database management system eliminate the threat to data security and data comprehensive. It means without using an SQL, we cannot get access to a relational database management system. By this one, that means by defining SQL as a sole database access language, the RDBMS eliminates the threat to the data security and the data compromise. It means the data which is present in an RDBMS cannot be accessed without an SQL. All the means to access and data which is present in a database can be done by using SQL itself. There is no any other way of accessing a data which is present in a database without using an SQL. You cannot bypass the SQL to access the RDBMS. As I told, we cannot access the data which is present in a database without using an SQL. By using SQL only, you can access to the data which is present in a relational database management system. Therefore, there is no any chances of threat to security and data compromise. Characteristics of SQL commands. The SQL commands will follow a number of basic rules and which we will be using while working with a relational database management system by using an SQL. The first one is SQL keywords are not normally case sensitive, though we write all the commands in the uppercase. The SQL keywords such as select, update, delete, create, all those things are not case sensitive. That means you can write in the lower case as well as in the uppercase, but for our convenience we'll be writing the keywords in an uppercase. There is no any rule to write them in the uppercase only for the convenience of understanding. That means to differentiate between the normal words and the keywords, we write them in the uppercase letters. Then the second one is variables and parameter names are displayed in lowercase. The variable as well as the parameter names will be displayed in a lowercase. The third one is new line characters are ignored in SQL. That means a command can be written in one line or it can be broken up across a number of lines. For the sake of clarity, you can write the whole SQL command in one line, or you can break them into a different number of lines so that it will be easier for a person to understand what kind of command has been written by you. There is no any rule that you need to write the command in a single line itself. New line characters are ignored in the SQL. Many DBMS systems accept to have SQL commands to be terminated with a semicolon character. So most of the DBMS system, most of the database management system accept that the commands whatever you are going to write should be terminated with a semicolon character. These are the few rules which has to be followed while using an SQL commands. SQL commands, that is the statements whatever we are going to write in an SQL, has been classified into various categories. Those categories are DDL, data definition language, DML, data manipulation language, DQL, data query language, DCL, data control language, DIS, data administration statements, TCS, transaction control statement. DDL, data definition language. It is used for the purpose of creating, altering and deleting database objects. Even we can use for the purpose of creating database as well as deleting the database also. The commands which are present in DDL are create, alter and drop. The principal logical data definition statements are for the purpose of creating a table is create table. For the purpose of creating a view is create view. For the purpose of creating an index is create index. For the purpose of altering a table is alter table. For the purpose of deleting a table, the command is drop table. For the purpose of deleting an view is drop view. For the purpose of deleting an index is drop index command. These are the various kinds of commands which comes under data definition language. Data definition language is used for the purpose of create, delete and alter. That means creating, altering and deleting database as well as the database objects. We'll be learning in detail regarding all these commands in the next classes of my videos. Next one is data manipulation language, DML. The data manipulation language command lets user to insert, modify and delete the data in the database. DDL statements allow for the purpose of creating, altering and deleting the database objects, whereas the data manipulation language lets the user to insert, delete and modify the data in the database. SQL provides 3 data manipulation statements. Those are insert, update and delete. So this one we use for the purpose of inserting a data is insert. To update, that is to modify the contents which is present in a database. For that purpose we use update. And to delete a data which is present in a database, we'll be using and delete statement, that is a delete command. DQL, data query language. It is one of the most commonly used SQL statements, and this SQL statement enables user to query one or more tables to get the information they want. So whatever the information is needed from a database, those can be extracted by using an DQL, that is by using an DQL statement. And the only one DQL statement which is present is select statement. Select statement is the only one DQL statement which is present, and using this one we can extract the information which is present in a database from more than one table, or from one table, or from 2 tables, or from 3 tables. That means you can extract the data from one or more than one table by writing in an appropriate way by following the rules of the select statement. The next kind of command is data control language, DCL. The data control language consists of commands that control the user access to a database objects. That means DCL is mainly related to security issues, that is determining who has to access the database as well as the database objects and what are the operations they can perform on them. The task of DCL is to prevent unauthorized access to the data as well as the database. There will be a person called as a DBA, that is a database administrator, who has the power to give and take the privileges to a specific user, thus giving or denying access to the data. That means DBA is a person who is responsible for giving permission for an user. That means he is going to make a user as an authenticated user by giving the permission, and what kind of privileges can be given to an user is decided by a DBA. He has the permission to give the privileges as well as take back the privileges which has been given, or deny the access to the data, or giving an access to the data. So database administrator, he is responsible for giving an access as well as the permission as well as the privileges of accessing a data as well as an database. The security issues is mainly related with DCL. So DCL is mainly related to an security issues which is concerned with accessing database objects and the operations which can be performed on the database objects. Here the DCL, that is a data control language, will be providing two commands. Those are grant and revoke. The grant command is used for the purpose of providing a privileges or granting a privileges to an user, whereas revoke command is used for the purpose of taking back the privileges which has been given to the users. And all these commands will be executed by a database administrator or a person who is an authorized user and who has the permission to have provide the grant and the revoke can be use these DCL commands. Data administration statements, DAS. Data administration commands allow the user to perform audits and analysis on operation within the database. They are also used to analyze the performance of a system. There are two kinds of data administration statements or commands. Those are start audit and stop audit. One thing you need to remember here is that data administration is totally different from database administration. Data administration is different from database administration. What is a database administration? Database administration is the overall administration of the database including the data, whereas the data administration is only a subset of that. Database administration is the overall administration of the database which will be including even the data also, whereas data administration is only a subset of the data administration. Database administration. Data administration is only a subset of database administration. Data administration is the overall administration of a database which will be including of an data also, whereas data administration is only a subset or a part of an database administration. TCS, transaction control statements. These transaction control statements are the statements which manage all the changes made by the DML statements. These will be managing all the changes which have been made by data manipulation language, that is insert, update and delete. By using these statements, whatever the changes has been made to a database object, all those can be managed by using TCS, that is a transaction control statements. Some of the transaction control statements are commit, rollback, save point and set transactions. Commit, rollback, save point and set transaction. So these are the various kinds of statements which are present in SQL, and we'll be learning in detail regarding these statements in the next videos of my classes of database management system.